All right, you guys know that last season, season 1, we spent a lot of time in the Thousand Trails campground system.
Yes, we did. We got into the Thousand Trails membership for a 1-year membership, and we stayed in Thousand Trails as much as we possibly could.
We did.
That was our goal, and we accomplished it.
That was awesome.
1,000 trails, 1,000 sunsets, 1,000 steps.
How many campgrounds did we stay in?
We stayed in 18.
Wow, that's
in
crazy.
Washington, Oregon, and California.
And Arizona?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, that was in the course of about 5.
Oh, and Nevada.
And
That's
Nevada.
right.
Yes, we did in Nevada.
Excellent.
That's right. So that was in a course of about 6 months, and we believe that it was a good value for us.
Yes. Yeah, we needed to have a really good value in our first season, and we did a 6-month in review, which we will show you right. Point at it.
There.
There you go. That's our 6 months in review. And a lot of people said, no, there's no way you could have spent just that much. Well, it's true.
Yeah.
And Thousand Trails was one of the biggest components of it. So let's dig into it. Yeah. We stayed, if you buy a Thousand Trails membership, we spent $575 US. Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
That gave us 2-zone membership for 1 year. And we decided the more nights we spend in Thousand Trails, the cheaper it is. We looked at it logically. We said, hey, if we're in the Thousand Trails and stay 15 nights, at $45 a night, that would be the membership cost. So anything more than 15 nights makes the price per night cheaper.
Makes it worth it.
We stayed in so many nights in Thousand Trails in our 6-month period that it was less than $3.80 per night.
Pretty steep deal.
There you go. That's how we saved lots of money in season 1.
Yes, and we got some pretty good benefits for that $3 per night. Let me just veer away from the statistics for a second and just talk about the quality or the lack thereof in a Thousand Trails campground. You'll get everything in a Thousand Trails campground. You'll get everything from totally rustic, and you're parked nose to tail, side to side, jammed in, to fully open campgrounds with lots of space and trees, and there's a train. Anyway, some of the campgrounds have swimming pools. They have hot tubs. They have mini golf. They have, almost all of them had laundromats. I think they all had laundry.
Well, I don't know about all of them, but I listed my top 10.
Okay.
And what was interesting is I'm like, why are they my top 10? They all had some level of Wi-Fi, except one. That was Palm Desert. It was Wi-Fi if you paid for it. Yeah,
and Wi-Fi is really important to us because we do work from the road, so that's a big deal. It's not like we're just on vacation.
That's right. Hey, they did have a Starbucks within a very short bicycle ride.
Which one?
Or a walk.
Which one?
Palm Desert.
Oh, okay. Oh, the one that didn't have Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, hey, we took care of it.
Yeah.
They all had laundry facilities. Every one of them, the staff were great.
Yes. Yeah, they were.
And also, they all had hot tubs.
One question that we do get is, where do we buy our Thousand Trails membership? Because some people will buy them used online, and I think that's more for the lifetime membership.
Yes.
We just got a 1-year zone pass. So we got 1 zone pass, and then we added a 2nd zone pass on top of that. So that gave us the Northwest and the Southwest zones. You can go onto the Thousand Trails website. This is their little booklet thing. But you can go onto their website and you can see all the different zones and where the campgrounds are. There are not very many Thousand Trails campgrounds in the sort of the central area of the U.S. And there's only 1 in Canada.
That's right.
So as Canadians traveling to the States for the winter, because we do have all those restrictions as far as half a year and all the weather and that kind of stuff, just be aware that there is only 1 Thousand Trails in Canada, and it is in BC.
Yep.
It is close to the Washington-BC border, so that's pretty handy.
Yeah, and speaking of traveling to the States, there's a lot of reasons that Canadians may get the short end of the stick.
I have to say, I was pretty disappointed as we headed further, as we started our trek south through Washington and Oregon. A lot of the Thousand Trails said, this is closed for the season. Pool is closed for the season, or even the mini golf areas were all overgrown and looking yucky. Not that we're big mini golfers, but some people are. Yeah, it really felt like the campground was shutting down.
Yeah.
And some of them were actually.
Yes.
That's another thing.
And less services then.
Some of the campgrounds actually do close for the winter season.
True.
So if you're not there by a certain date, you're not going to get into that campground at all. So you have to take those off your list of possible campgrounds for staying at. Anyway, it's been a long day at work. My mouth is like, bleh. So be prepared. If you are Canadian and you're heading south for the winter, a lot of those campgrounds are not going to have the amenities that might be advertised on their website.
Yeah.
So that is something that I would like to actually talk to Thousand Trails about one day and say, hey, as Canadians, we should either get a discount because we can't even use all the amenities for the time that we're in the States, or open it up. Most of those campgrounds were at least half full, if not more, even in the winter. So,
Yeah.
and in the north. So
Which means the amenities should be full service.
they really should. Okay, so you will find that there are different options for memberships. I already talked about the lifetime memberships. There are things you can add on to even your annual membership, like the Trails Collection, which will open up the Encore parks for you. So that is not something that we wanted to do because some of those Encore parks they're age
restricted.
Qualify.
Oh, age qualified.
Age qualifiers. Age qualified? Age qualified. AQ is what they have on their website. And that means you have to be older.
That's right.
And your rig has to usually be younger because they're kind of nicer parks. I think that's the idea. And unfortunately, the one state that we really would love to have more options for Thousand Trails is Arizona, and all of their Encore parks are age qualified. So if you're in that category and that applies to you, awesome. Get the Encore.
That's right. And enjoy it.
And enjoy it for sure. Along with your Thousand Trails membership, you will find a couple different restrictions. So one of those restrictions is that if you have guests coming into the park to visit you, there is a $10 per car to come into the park for a visit.
Yes.
Even if they're only there for an hour or two, which, whatever. I guess they're allowed to do that. That is just something to be aware of.
Is it all of them?
I think it is all of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Any other restrictions? Laundry costs money. Not restrictions, but like extra costs, right?
Extra costs.
Yeah. Oh, also, you can only make a reservation 60 days in advance if you have the annual zone pass. If you have the different ones, the upgraded ones, you can, I think it's 120 days or 90 or 120 days ahead that you can reserve. So there's some benefits to upgrading.
What are the limitations for staying in Thousand Trails that we discovered? Because
we did discover some limitations for sure.
With what we bought, easy for me to say, we could stay in a Thousand Trails park for 14 days.
Yes.
And then when we're complete that 14 days, we have to stay 7 days out of the system. Now, what we fit in the middle of staying in Thousand Trails was boondocking.
Exactly. For those 7 days out, we just basically stayed for free. And those videos you can see right there.
That's right.
Because I think, did a pretty good job about staying for free, all over the place. So that was really fun. Anyway, so we did lots of boondocking in those weeks in between the 2 week stays. Yeah,
Boondockers Welcome.
Harvest Host.
Harvest Host, that's right.
And just so you know, I just want to do a little thing right here. We will leave in the description below any links for Harvest Host, Boondockers Welcome, and Thousand Trails that you can get a discount. So if you click on those links and you want to sign up, then that would be awesome. And you get a discount. I think we probably get a little pat on the back as well. No pressure though. If you're not going to do it, don't worry about it. But just thought we'd give those to you as an option.
For sure.
So Kent, overall, do you think we were satisfied with our Thousand Trails membership?
I think we were more than satisfied. The way we used it, yes.
Yeah, I agree too. Not every park is perfect. There's some that were disappointing to us.
Yeah, we pulled into one and we said, oh, we're only here for 2 nights. We stayed one night and said, no, we're only here for 1 night.
We're out of here.
There's better
it was
out there.
It was icky. So don't go, if it's icky, don't stay there.
That's right.
But overall, I think it was worth it as far as financially worth it. And I also think it was worth it as far as the quality of the parks overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is Thousand Trails good for? Who would benefit from it?
Oh, families would definitely benefit from it. It is. It's definitely not a restriction on what kind of rig you ride in, or how many people in your family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that part is nice.
And it's pet friendly also.
Yeah, they're all pet friendly. Lots of them have actual pet parks, like off-leash park areas.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
And there's a lot of them have programs for the kids.
Now, as a Canadian, is Thousand Trails worth it?
The answer is yes, depending on how you use it. If you're going to spend 1 month in the U.S. and you don't live near Cultus Lake in BC, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I would agree.
Yeah,
I would agree with that. But if you're full-time RVing like we are, and you're going to be down there for several months, definitely worth it.
You could take advantage of multiple weeks of being in the parks. Yes,
exactly.
So a lot of the Thousand Trails parks are a little bit used up.
Yeah,
some of them feel a little bit tired.
Need an overhaul.
Yeah.
They're old campgrounds. A lot of them are just old.
Yeah.
Old. But let me just go through a quick list of some of the amenities that we have found at these campgrounds. We noticed that there are lots of them have walking paths or hiking areas.
Yes.
Barbecues and fire pits. Most of them have some kind of a lodge or like a big indoor space to hang out in, which is awesome.
Oh, the Chehalis Lodge was amazing.
At Chehalis. It
was excellent.
Got lots of our work done because some of the Wi-Fi zones are better at the lodge or only at the lodge.
Yeah.
So we would take our laptops, so we would sit there, bring our coffee. Sometimes you had shore coffee.
That's right. I like shore coffee because you can walk down and they have a coffee ready for you.
It's awesome. Let me see what else. Some of them actually have cabins or little houses that you can rent.
Mm-hmm.
Those are not part of your membership. I think you might get a discount, but if you're having friends come and stay with you, then that's a good deal. What else have we got here? Dog friendly, pools, hot tubs.
You're speaking to a list.
I am speaking to a list, I know, but I have to look at the list. As far as the location of the Thousand Trails campgrounds, we noticed that lots of them are out of the way. They're not within walking distance to a town or a city. A few of them are, but most of them seem to be off the beaten path. So for us, not having a tow vehicle, if you want to know more about a toad, we don't have a toad. So that was a challenge for sure.
So I'm going to list about 5 places that we could stay that was close to places to walk to and to maybe get groceries, that kind of thing. Palm Desert, Seaside, Oregon. What's the one just north of that? Long Beach?
Yes, Long Beach.
Las Vegas. No. Las Vegas was in the middle of a city.
Yes. Within walking distance of places?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to walk around in Las Vegas?
Well, the places where we walked was fine.
I'm just kidding.
We walked for like 40 minutes. We walked to a Target.
Fine. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, so there are a few that you can walk to, but like I said, most of them are off the beaten path, which is nice when you're wanting to relax because there's no city noise and you can see tons of stars and it's just gorgeous.
We saw a moose.
Yeah. We did see a moose. Alrighty, so as you know, we do travel in the States in the winter.
Yes.
Which means if you're in the northern part of the States in the winter, it's chilly. So it's easy to make a reservation. You actually can basically call the day before. Yeah, no problem. You got lots of room. So definitely be aware of how full the campgrounds are going to be. Are you the only person traveling on the road? Or are there lots of other travelers on the road?
Speaking of what Lisa just said, what was the best way to make a reservation at Thousand Trails?
Here's one of our best tips.
1,000 trails, 1,000 sunsets.
1,000 things we haven't done yet.
1,000 s'mores.
You know who sings that?
Yes.
The Winds.
I know
that song. Anyway.
Gone with the Winds.
I would say the best way to make a reservation is on the phone. If you use the online reservation system, that's okay. But like I said, when it's not busy, that's great. Use the online reservation system. If you're trying to get into a busy campground, like Palm Desert, or like Turtle Beach, the reason it's awesome to phone is because they can see the whole grid right there, and they can say, oh, if you call this day or if you book this day, we have an opening and all that kind of stuff. They are super helpful.
Yes.
So definitely
we've never been disappointed. Didn't always get the plans we wanted, but they were always helpful.
They're always helpful, yeah. Another tip that we have is when you arrive at the park, have a good little chat with the ranger, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, and even if there's a bit of a lineup, it's okay. Ask them awesome questions like, where in the park is the most opportune place to get Wi-Fi? Sometimes they'll say, oh, if you park over by the laundry room, you'll get good Wi-Fi, or if you park over here, you'll get Wi-Fi. So that's helpful. We have a Wi-Fi extender, so that helps us to grab that Wi-Fi from wherever it is and use it in the rig. Another question to ask them is, what would be your favorite site? You know, if you were going to camp here, where would you camp? They will give you awesome tips, like, oh, this one has more sunshine, or this one has more shade if it's a hot day, or it's quieter over here, or whatever. They can just give you so many good tips. Your rangers are your friends. I think that's the thing. Yes, they're there to enforce the rules, and as campground hosts, we know what that is all about.
We do.
But but they are your friends, and they want you to have a great time camping. So talk to them.
I was in Chehalis and we asked the maintenance guy who was coming in to do the painting and all that stuff, hey, could you hook us up with turning on the popcorn machine because we'd like to watch a movie? He says, yeah, no problem. He goes, opens it up, he puts it in. We had fresh popcorn.
Awesome. That guy
Just
was
because
awesome.
we asked.
Yes, that was really great. So, talk to the Rangers. What were you going to say?
I was going to say there was 2,000 trails that I am desperately waiting to go back to. One is Pacific City.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Why? Once you got to the beach,
you get to the beach,
gorgeous.
It's a magical place.
Yeah. So I think that's why you want to go back there.
Yeah.
And we were only there for a couple of days.
I know.
So we wish we could have spent more time there. The other one, I know what he's going to say.
Yeah,
I know he's going to say Palm Desert.
Why would Palm Desert be so special to me, Lisa?
Because we were there at Christmas time, and
it was
Kent
neat.
Loves Christmas, and our daughter came to visit us, and my mom and dad were there, and it was warm, guys. It was a cold winter this last winter, so finally found some heat in Palm Desert, and there are some amazing places to hike in that area.
Yes.
There are nice places to ride your bicycle.
And inside the park, there was a really, really nice hot tub and a really nice pool.
Oh.
And there's something that grew on the trees.
It was awesome.
You could go and pick fresh grapefruit and have as many as you wanted.
Yeah.
And they were so good.
So there are definitely some places. What's one that we would never go back to?
I don't want to tell you that
say?
one. Oh, it was the one closest to the Canadian border, being on the American side.
There you go.
You
can look it up.
We left a little early.
That's the one we didn't stay at.
Yeah. So I'm not sure we're ever going to buy the lifetime membership. I'm just not sure.
For now, the annual membership works great for us. So would we do it again? Are we going to do a 1,000 Trails membership for season 3? That's the big question.
We're sure. I think so. Maybe.
We still don't know, guys, because we don't really even know where we're going yet.
That's right.
Once we have a plan of where we're going to go, then we'll know if the 1,000 Trails membership makes sense based on our location. Because like I said, they don't have 1,000 Trails campgrounds everywhere.
That's right. So stay tuned to see what we're doing for season 3, because we'd like to know too.
I can't wait to find out. It's going to be awesome. We do know it'll be awesome because we're just going to make it awesome wherever it is. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Kent, and we're Living Light RV.
We're grabbing life by the tail, and we really hope you are also grabbing life by the tail. And we will see you guys next Thursday. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.